Hey, very good evening to you, Eagle Volleyball fans. Welcome to Conway Christian tonight, a hometown visitor here. St. Joe is here to play the Lady Eagle Conway Christian, and we are excited to bring it to you tonight. Billy Crow here with Bo Cunningham, high up in the crow's nest on the visitor side of the gym, getting set for some volleyball action. Kind of a different week this week. Conway Christian's on fall break this week, so the students are off campus, but the athletic schedule doesn't stop. The boys are getting ready to travel to Johnson County West Side on Friday night for football. Junior high boys will be home on Thursday night for football. And the Lady Eagles volleyball team is very busy this week. They went up to Rosebud last night and they're home tonight against crosstown rival St. Joe. I started working at Conway Christian in 2004, and I believe it 2006, 2007, somewhere in that area, we went into AAA athletics. And one of the very first teams we played was St. Joe. They have been in our conference in basketball, volleyball, golf, baseball, bowling, virtually anything that we do here on campus. And Conway Christian has played St. Joe more times than any other school. And they renew that rivalry again here tonight. It ought to be a good one. These are two of the perennial favorites always in the volleyball conference to win the conference and then make a run in the state tournament. So it's going to be an exciting matchup between these two teams here tonight. Big shout out to our junior high A team as they finish their season undefeated, 12-0. And they'll have district tournament coming up, I believe, next week during the homecoming week for the high school. Junior high district tournament for volleyball will be. And don't quote me on this, but I kind of think that might be here. I don't remember for sure, so I'll have to get back to you on that. We'll obviously post that schedule. But congratulations on the season. A great job by those ladies, and want to give them a shout out as they finished up last night their season before district tournament. So only 2 games tonight, so that's why it's quite a bit earlier tonight than normal. The JV team just got a win over St. Joe a few minutes ago. Bo was here watching that and getting everything set up, and we appreciate him so much for bringing all his equipment out and getting everything set up for our broadcast here tonight. But that game started, he said, kind of close, and then the Lady Eagles pulled away and won that one easily toward the end of the JV game. So very glad for them. See some of those players still around. Anna Hartley and Kara Keithley and a couple others that played in that game. Senior high will look to do the same as they are coming down the home stretch of their season. They have district tournament, state tournament both on the horizon, and they've got high expectations for both of those. They don't want to just win a district championship. They want to go further than that, make some noise in the state tournament. But the senior leadership team, I think they're going to have every chance to do that. So we'll be excited to watch that as it comes across in the next several days. Warm-ups are finished. The officials making their way to their spots and getting everybody ready. It's pink out. If you're watching us on YouTube, you may see some of the fans across the way wearing pink shirts tonight. That'll be the theme for all the athletic teams this week for breast cancer awareness, being the month of October. And so you may see that some on Thursday night for football and Friday night as well. But you'll notice across the way, instead of the normal navy and red for the fans, a lot of pink shirts over there. And then a lot of purple here on the near side, because the purple and gold are the St. Joseph colors. I think Bo Cunningham would agree. Purple and gold are just not pretty colors, are they, Bo?
I wouldn't agree with that.
He would not agree with that. Not for St. Joe, though. I think his allegiance is a little further south, down to Baton Rouge with the Tigers down there. I see Kim Smith across the way. I'm going to be sure and go say hi to her, since I'd like to mention again, Arkansas did beat Mississippi State last Saturday. So if John David is watching this, text her and let her know that I know she's avoiding me this week because of fall break. Arkansas did beat Mississippi State. So I want to be sure to mention that as many times as I can. But we got volleyball tonight. We'll worry about football later on. We're excited to bring you this one. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for this Lady Eagle volleyball action. These girls had a tremendous season and just continue to roll along, and we wanted to give them another opportunity to be broadcast here tonight. And so we are ready to do that. St. Joe as the visitor. They're going to serve from right to left, and they're going to get things started tonight. As the Purple Bulldogs go to work, first serve is across. Picked up by Rachel Moore, set now by Emily to Eden. Eden gets it blocked, gets it back though. We got a whistle, and under the net, I believe, is the call for hit. So St. Joe with the opening point. They take a 1-0 lead here. Bulldogs back to work into the deep line. Moore again gets it. Set it to Jennifer this time. She'll drive it down. Saved by St. Joe to the back line. They'll get it back over. Jen will again get it up in the air. Now set by Emily to Moore. She gets it in, and it is just in on the near side. Good-looking shot there from Rachel Moore as it hugs the sideline on the near side and fell in good. So we're tied at 1 apiece as the teams trade points there. Emily Dather will go to work. First serve of the night for the Eagles. It's a good one, and it's returned, but out of bounds. And so Conway Christian with a 2-1 lead. Lady Eagles tonight got the pink socks, pink bows again for breast cancer awareness. If you notice that on the broadcast. Dather's second serve is an ace. Down the right side, and it took a nosedive right in front of the St. Joe player. And hit the hardwood, and it's 3-1 Conway Christian. Opening set here of our senior high match. Ball comes back over now. And Emily, number 10, senior hitter, goes to work for Conway Christian. She'll toss it up there and give it a third serve. This one spins wide left and out of bounds on the far side. And I'll make it a 3-2 score now. So back to service. Go the St. Joe Lady Bulldogs. Her first serve hits the net and bounces back to her. No, it doesn't come across, and it's 4-2. Give a shout out to some of our volleyball players as well on the senior girls golf team. Senior girls golf state champions last week. So very proud of those ladies as well. Eden Brister's first serve is dug out. Now returned back over by St. Joe. A little disjointed, but they did get it over. Set by Dather. Near side to Moore. Cross court. And too far. Okay. Thought that was the case. Okay. Substitution now for St. Joe as Libero goes out. And it's 4-3. 3 serving 4 now. St. Joe back to the line. This one comes in. Conway got under it. Now set by Dather. Left side to Fulgham. She pounds it deep, but it's saved up by St. Joe. Tipped back across and out of bounds. And Conway Christian will get service right back. St. Joe another sub. Libero comes back in for them. Conway Christian will sub as well as Lily Brister and Haley Shord both check in for Jen Knoll and Madeline Tangway. Haley Shord for the basketball baseline deep, runs up and gives it a serve, and it is an ace. It got touched on the back line, but she could not handle it, and it bounced up over the basketball backboard and out of bounds, and it's 6-3. Shord now with a 3-point lead and service. We'll go back to work. Haley runs up, puts her hand into it. Cross court. This one is touched, hit high. St. Joe now disjointed. They do get it back over. Moore under it. Now set by Emily Dather to Sophie. Sophie pounds it home. Cross court winner and a beauty. Sophie was on the left side, brought it all the way back to the right edge, and got it inside the line. And a 7-3 score. Conway Christian now biggest of the night, up 4 in the first set. Haley runs back up. Another good serve. This one is hit. They do get under it. Can't really set it, but they do get it over. Deep to Haley. Now to Emily in the middle of the floor. She'll set it for Rachel Moore. Cross court. Just a bit too far and out of bounds. And it's a 7-4 contest. St. Joe now trailing by 3 with service. Sends it to the middle to Shord. He hits it high. Now going to be set on the front line by Dather. Back to Shord. Blocked at the net. She hit it twice. Thought. Doesn't matter. St. Joe is scrambling, but they can't get to it. Great hustle from the visitors from St. Joe as they were all over the floor trying to get it back over. And they could get hands on it. They just couldn't get a good hit on it. Conway Christian gets service back at 8-4. Rachel Moore goes to the service line. Her first trip of the night. She sends it deep. Libero hits it on the back line. Now back over it comes for St. Joe after 2 hits. Dather tried to tip it back and just didn't quite get enough of it. Kind of got turned around. The ball came back over quickly for St. Joe and only 2 hits. Eagles got under it but couldn't get settled. St. Joe now serving down 3. This time Dather does get it over on the second shot. Lily Brister hits it down. St. Joe saves it, and then they hit it too deep. And Conway Christian gets the point. 9-5. What a way to make a living. Up by 4. Sophie, her first serve of the night. Deep into the middle. St. Joe gets it now to the net. They get it set on the far side. Not there. Moore tried to hit it. Went off her hands. She couldn't quite get under it. It sails deep and out of bounds, and we'll get back to the St. Joe side. Neither teams have a long series of scoring yet. They've kind of traded back and forth. It's still a 3-point game. Libero serving now for St. Joe. Comes across to the Eagles. They haven't at that time, but they do get it over. St. Joe now hits it, and they go too deep on their return. And they make it 10-6. And again, we've traded back and forth the majority here of this first set. Substitutions back in as Shord and Lily check out. Conway and Jen check back in. 5 seniors and Madeline Conway on the floor now for Conway Christian. Leading 10-6 with the service. Conway got it over. St. Joe hits it deep on the return. And it's an 11-6 score now. Now the biggest lead of the night for Conway Christian and 5 points here in set number 1. Conway back to service line for the second opportunity. This one is an ace. Went hard to the back line. 2 Bulldogs got to it at the same time. Got a hand on it but couldn't control it. And it's a 12-6 contest. Now we got a timeout on the floor. Charged to the St. Joseph Bulldogs. 12-6. Opening set here. This varsity match for Conway Christian. Again, Conway Christian and St. Joe have been rivals, crosstown rivals for a long time in virtually every sport that we play. Just 2 private schools, Christian schools here in Conway. And so a lot of games have been played between these 2 schools. There's a large picture hanging on the gym wall on the far side that is the basketball state championship for Conway Christian. And that year, Conway and St. Joe played 5 times. Played twice in the regular season and split. Conway Christian won I think Conway Christian won the district tournament championship. No, St. Joseph won the district tournament championship. Conway Christian won the regional championship. And then they met the 5th and final time in the state finals down in Hot Springs. And Conway Christian won that one as well for a girls basketball state championship. An incredible year between both of those teams that year from crosstown rivals. Back to action here in volleyball. Eagles return it, get it to Jen in the middle. She slams it across. St. Joe digs it out. They bring it back and hit a winner. The 2 on the front line for St. Joe got a good hand on it and drove it down about midway to the back line. And it's a 12-7 game, 5 points. Substitution now for St. Joe. We're set to go back to work, and now trailing by 5, the Bulldogs serve. Comes across to Rachel Moore with the dig. Middle to Emily Dather. She hit it right back over. Now the Eagles will set it this time. Behind her to Eden. Couldn't quite get it over. Just hit that top wire and bounced back toward the Eagles side. Wouldn't find its way over. And it's trimmed to a 4-point lead. 2 points in a row now for St. Joe. This one's a soft serve. Madeline Conway got under it though to Dather. Now to Brister. She got it over, and she was under the net. And so it's a 3-point game now, 12-9. 3-point run here for St. Joe. Bulldogs to the service line again, and this time their serve hits net and doesn't come over. They had a run going there. And then the Eagles finally stopped the bleeding. It's back to a 4-point lead as Emily Dather goes to serve. She puts it in the air. Good serve. It dives hard to the ground. St. Joe, a great scramble, but they cannot get it back over the net. Well, they were all over the place. They went from this side to the far side and then back over, but out of bounds. St. Joe with great hustle, but could not get to Emily's good serve. And it's 14-9. She sends another one. This one is returnable right in the middle and blocked right back to him by Jen Noel. Jennifer right in the middle of that defense. Put a return defender stamp on that one. And it's back to a 6-point game at 15-9. Emily serve. This one returned. Eden gets under it on the Conway Christian side. Set now by Dather to the near side. And right at the net, a stalemate. And it falls back on Conway Christian side. Both the Bulldogs, Eagles, a hand on it. It sat real still right above the net. But when it came down, it fell back to our side. So it's a St. Joe point, 15-10. Bulldogs serve it. Rachel Moore gets it under. Now to Dather. Now to Moore on the far side. This time center cross court is blocked, but saved by St. Joe. Good hustle by the Bulldogs. Eagles with another chance now. Jen will try it. Again, St. Joe recovers. They get under it, and they'll set to the libero in the middle of the back line. Cross to Conway. Now to Emily Dather. She'll set it this time for more. Soft serve. Not a whole lot there. Bulldogs get under it and return it again. This one is deep, though, and Conway Christian outlasts them for the point. We just went back and forth. A couple of nice shots from the Eagles. A couple of great digs from St. Joe. Eventually, the Eagles got control, and they lead by 6 again with a 3-point run of their own. And there's another great serve from Conway Christian. That one went straight to the back line, and it was screaming. And when it was hit straight up in the air and then out of bounds. And so Brister gets good serve for me, 17-10. With Brister serving again. Conway Christian now on a 4-0 run. St. Joe gets this one set. They'll return it from the middle. Gathered by Dather. Now Rachel Moore. Emily will get a chance from the middle back. St. Joe gets under it though. At the net. Conway Christian is going to get the point. St. Joe's under the net, says the official in the tower. And so it's an 18-10 lead now. Biggest lead of the night for Conway Christian, and Brister still at the service line. This one's deep but handled. St. Joe sets it now at the net. Block is there. Great off-court killer, though. Pretty shot from St. Joe that time. From the near wing, she hammered it home. And that stops the run. But a good job from Eden there to get the lead back to 7. St. Joe now with service. Conway handles a tough serve. They set it for Fulgham on the far side. St. Joe now back on their side. They'll get it set, return it from the middle line. Brister collects it on the back to Dather, ahead to Sophie Fulgham. Block at the net. St. Joe digs it. Back to the Eagles. Conway. Middle now to Dather. Jen will tap it. St. Joe gets under it again, though. Good point going here. St. Joe returns again. This time Rachel Moore to Dather at the net. And now to Jen again. St. Joe one more time. At the net. Ball loose. We got a kick. Eden gets under it. Conway Christian's got to get it over. She does. What a point. St. Joe back. Conway Christian recovers, though, to Moore. Cross court to Sophie Fulgham. Deep, and Conway Christian's going to get the point. Man, oh, man, what a point. Big claps to both teams because that one was a marathon highlighted. But was that Emily Dather that got the foot on it?
I think it was Sophie that got the last three.
Okay, man.
That was quite a point.
That was an incredible point back and forth, and I learned that this year. If you get the foot on it, that's fine in volleyball. Conway Christian had to do that once right there, and now they get another point. That's a demoralizing thing as well for St. Joe to work so hard and then not get the point. And just pumps you up if you're the Eagle. It's 20-11 now. Haley Short, her second trip to the service line, and this one's a bit too far. And they get a 20-12 score. 8-point lead for the home team. And St. Joe heads back to the service line. Step up, serve. Moore does a good job digging it out. To Dather, now the back line to Brister. A little barrel on St. Joe's side. She gets out. St. Joe gets a play set. They'll come across near side, and it's out of bounds. Short scared me. Haley came cross court to get it, and then right at the last moment backed off because that ball was about a foot or so out of bounds. It's 21-12. Eagles can smell a win. Rachel Moore at the service line. First set, just couldn't get it over. Tried to sneak it in on the near side. And it's 21-13, so it'll stay an 8-point difference. Eagles go 4 points away from where they want to be. St. Joe with a service. Shore digs it. Out of Dather. Out of Rachel Moore in the middle. She goes long this time. Just couldn't get it to die on the back line. It's a 7-point game now at 21-14. St. Joe will stay on service here. Comes across in the middle to Haley Short. Now Dather. Now to Lily Brister. St. Joe gets under it. Returns it back. Conway Christian will get another chance. This time Lily sets it for Emily Dather. Cross court and a beauty. I got a great angle where I can see that. And there was just a little bit of room over there. And Emily Dather found it. And it's 22-14 now. 3 points away for the Lady Eagles. Fulgham's serve, return. St. Joe sets it. They're going to come across to Short. Now to Rachel Moore. He's short on the back line. Good return to St. Joe. They get it right back over, though. Good job from the Lady Bulldogs. Now to Brister. She gets blocked at the net. St. Joe gets under it. They'll return it again. This time Rachel Moore is under it. To Dather. To Brister. Cross court. They got it. A little bit disjointed from both sides, but both teams hustling and going hard. St. Joe diving all over. Great effort from the Lady Bulldogs, but they got a 2-point till game point, 23-14. 9-point advantage. A little miscommunication. They get to it just in time. Conway Christian, though, will have a chance. Brister sends it home. 24-14 as she was in the net and blocked right out of bounds. And it's game point here in game number 1. Eagles with a 10-point lead. And Sophie at the service line. Cross court to the St. Joe libero. Bulldogs get under it. She'll swing it across, and it's too long and out of bounds. And that's going to do it. Set 1 is in the books. Conway Christian 25, St. Joseph Bulldogs 14. We'll take a little break. We'll be back with the second set in just a minute. You're listening to Lady Eagle Volleyball. We are getting set here for set number 2. Conway Christian rolled in that first one. 25-14 became the final there. Kind of started a little slow, back and forth. Conway Christian held the lead throughout except for the one start. They tied it into 2-1 lead, and then they got trail again. But for the first probably half of the point, it was the first half of the game, it was probably kind of point, counterpoint, point, counterpoint. Eagles usually led by 2 or 3 at a time. In about the halfway spot, from there on, Lady Eagles pulled ahead and rolled to an easy win in the first set. So you're a third of the way there. Bo and I were just talking to. We saw one of the best volleyball points I think we've ever seen. Both teams deserve a lot of credit for that one, as they were giving max effort, had a foot shot, the whole thing. Conway Christian starts the second one right where they left off as Emily Dather with an incredible serve. St. Joe, though, a great scramble as they get it back over. Set up Eden, and she can't kill it. Tell you, St. Joe was way out of position over here because they had hustled so hard to the near side, and they were sprinting back to their spot, and that's got to be hard to jump when you're Eden, knowing somebody's sprinting right at you. And it came up just short, and St. Joe gets the service back, leading 1-0. So Conway Christian, though, doesn't take him long to get right back as Rachel Moore pounds it through the block. It hits St. Joe's hands and then lands on their side of the court. They got a 1-1 contest now. And the Lady Eagles will go back to the service line. It'll be Eden Brister. She had the longest stint back there in game one, scoring about 7 points in a row. And that's really what made the difference in that middle when Conway Christian got the lead. Eden was at the service line. St. Joe returns this one. Back line to Conway. Now Dather. Now Rachel Moore will give a soft tap back over. St. Joe under it. Block is set up. Rachel returns it to Cinder. Conway Christian will get another chance now. We'll go far side to full jump. And oh! Yeah, just one extra. I was just making sure. It was a stalemate right at the net again, and St. Joe with very fast hands, an incredible job to keep it in play, but they did hit it twice. And so that sends it back to Conway Christian. Eden with a service, leading 2-1. Great serve. St. Joe, though, another good scramble to get it back over. Now to Dather, middle to Jen, too far. She goes deep on the back line, and it's tied at 2. Set 2 starting off very similar to how set 1 did, with the teams going back and forth, staying pretty close. St. Joe's serve goes too deep. And Chloe Sample with an incredible call on the back line back there. So, Chloe, shout out to you for doing line judging there. And it's 3-2. Haley Short checks in and goes directly to the service line. As Haley and another sub checked in. I'll get that in just a minute. Haley's quick service. St. Joe, quick return, but it's out of bounds. So Kendall will check as well. Kendall Gall in the middle. Last game we did, she had a great night there in the middle. See if she can get some of that going tonight as well. 4-2. Conway Christian on top, leading 1-0. And Haley's third serve doesn't find the mark. It hits the net and falls short. And that'll make it 4-3. 1 point game. St. Joe trailing by 1 with service here. Great serve, but Rachel with an even better dig. Now St. Joe with a good kill on the other side. That was a quick point. It was a really good serve. Rachel Moore got under it and got it back in the air. It did go back over the net, though, and St. Joe was there to put it away with a nice play. And we got a 4-4 game here in set number 2. Joe with the service. Eden's underneath it. Now near side to Dather. Rachel Moore will have a chance. St. Joe gets hands on it. Now they're scrambling a little bit. They get it back over. Haley in the back line. Outside to Sophie. Now middle of the floor. Just have to go over with Emily. She does. St. Joe will get a chance to set it up and work here. They do, but Haley digs it out. Now to Emily Dather. Ahead to Sophie. Full jump, who puts it away. 5-4. Conway Christian reclaims the lead. Again, both teams seem like they pulled in a little more good points. Long volleys back and forth. Rachel Moore with a 1 point lead back to the service line. Spin, and it just gets left and goes out of bounds. And it's 5-5. So the teams again stay pretty even. St. Joe back to the service line. This one will go long and just a bit outside. And it's 6-5. Say hello to our school president, Jason Carson, who is up in Vermont looking at the leaves. I walked through my backyard and looked at the leaves today. Probably not quite the same. St. Joe digs it out, but can't get to it. Pinned them right up against the net here on the near side. So they couldn't get the point, so it's a 6-5 contest. And Sophie back to work now at the service line with a 1 point lead. She gets it across to the middle. St. Joe digs it out. Now they'll get it set and go to work. Not a lot there, so Kendall underneath it for Conway Christian to Emily Dather. Set it up for Eden Brister, and you don't want none, son. Damn. I'm afraid of these girls. Eden pounded that one home from the far side. Might have cracked some of the wood basketball floor. Coach Lynch's not going to be happy about that. But we are, because Eden with a great kill, and it's 8-5, 3 point lead for the Lady Eagles. Sophie back to work. Libero gets it for St. Joe. Now they'll set it right at the net. They got a chance here. Rachel Moore underneath the throw to Emily Dafer to set it. Give Eden another shot at it. This time, deep. St. Joe does get under it. Now they can return it back over, and they can't do it though. They got it set up, and just a little unforced error right there for the Lady Bulldogs. And it's now a 9-5 game as we will continue to serve. Fulgham again. Cross court, libero for St. Joe. Now they get underneath it. Right now, Lady Bulldogs a little disjointed. We'll see if the Eagles can take advantage of it. Eden again. This one is a great dig on the back from the libero for St. Joe. They get it across. Sophie, though, is high. Going to be right at the net. Kendall gets a chance. Libero for St. Joe gets it again. Now the Bulldogs back across. This time Rachel Moore to Emily. Now we got somebody. Oh, got a lift. Got a lift on the Conway Christian side. Still a little bit of a new volleyball, so I got to wait for that. Oh, who am I kidding? I very seldom know what I'm saying. St. Joe back with the serve. Lady Eagles get under it. That was Haley Short. Now to Sophie on the backside, and just a miss hit. And it falls short. And it's 9-7. St. Joe's cut it now to a 2-point game here in set 2. And they trail by 2 with service. Sophie digs this one out. Now Emily will set it. Kendall left-handed, a little soft tap. St. Joe gets it and returns it. Now Conway Christian will set again. Here comes Brister again. Back line saved in from St. Joe. They'll set it at the net. Eagles, though, return to Cinder. That was Kendall Gall there for the block. And it was not getting through her as she sent it right back to the purple side. And it's a 10-7. 3-point lead now for Conway Christian. Got Emily Dather tying her shoe. Props to her for knowing how to tie her shoe. Think she'll hear that maybe. Tangway with the serve. St. Joe gets to it. They're going to have some work on the far side. We got a whistle. She got into the net, they say over there. She got a good hit on the angle. Just got 2 points in the net, they say, and got contact with it. Now 4-point lead with service. Tangway serving to the middle. St. Joe has trouble handling it. Now they scramble, though, and get it back across to hit it out down. No, hit it inbound. Okay. It's on the far side. I couldn't see it. So they say it was in over there, and it's 11-8 now. 3 points. The difference. St. Joe trailing, but their serve doesn't make it. Another unforced error, and it's 12-8 now. 4-point lead. And Emily Baker heading to the service line for Conway Christian. He gives it a toss. Good serve. St. Joe, though, great dig to get it back over. Emily runs up from the service line and saved it. Set it for Eden. St. Joe digs out her kill. Now back across to Sophie. Now back to Emily in the middle. This time Rachel Moore got a good hand on it. St. Joe with another nice play, though. But they can't return it this time. They did a great save, but the set just didn't quite get where they wanted it. And so the return went into the net. Conway Christian keeps serve. Ahead 13-8 now. Emily, this is her second serve, doesn't make the grade either as it hits the bottom of the net. It was diving. And we're at 13-9 now. 4-point lead for Conway Christian, leading 1-0. As St. Joe Bulldogs go back to serve. And their serve doesn't get across. Just hits the top wire and bounces back. So 14-9. The teams trade unforced errors on service. Now Eden Brister with a 5-point lead and serve. Her first one's a good one. Goes deep. Lady Bulldogs get to it, though, and scramble to get it back over. Conway Christian now will set it up at the net for Jen, and her hit goes out of bounds on the far side. And it was not touched. So it's 14-10. Again, the team's trading 1 point back and forth. Now a sub for St. Joe. Come off bench and immediately go to the service line here with a 4-point deficit. She'll get ready to serve. St. Joe just short at the top of the net and didn't come over. Now it's 15-10. And Conway Christian will sub. A couple of ladies back in as well. If Mississippi State beat LSU and Arkansas beat Mississippi State, you're good at this. What's that transitive property thing, Bill? Can we just cancel that game now? 15-10. Haley Short back to serve with a 5-point lead. Good one as St. Joe does get to it. Eagles can't kill it, though, and St. Joe returns it. Now back to the Conway Christian side to Fulgham through the block. St. Joe, though, good scramble. They're going to get another chance to block on the near side, and it goes out of bounds, but it was not touched. I noticed when that one went high, Bo, if you see that purple dodgeball above the side goal over there, up there. Today in PE, I came out to the PE classes. That's me. So, Coach Riggins, you're welcome for that. Give him some equipment to stick up on the ducks. Sorry about that. And while I'm talking about that, I missed an entire point. Lady Eagles block it at the net, but it falls just on their side, so St. Joe stays within 5. 16-11 now. St. Joe does get service back as we inch into the home stretch of set number 2. Rachel Moore. She tried to set it, and it just snuck back over the net on the dig. And St. Joe did what you're supposed to do right there and pounded home. So just a couple inches difference on that one would have been a different result. Good job from St. Joe right there. The 4-point game. They get a serve. Fulgham now gets it across. St. Joe digs it in the middle. They're going to set it right at the net. Eagles get the block there. They bounce it over it. And now they get it again. That's loose, and St. Joe gets a point. And now the Lady Bulldogs on a rally here, and they've got a little momentum. And Coach Brister sees the same thing that I do, and she's going to take her timeout right here. 16-13. We're in set number 2. Christian won the first one, I believe by 11. Well, 9 or 11 ended up being. It was close early on, and the Eagles pulled away. Back to that idea, though, I'm just saying. I think Arkansas and LSU could just call that one off, and we could take that win. So, listen, as a Razorback fan, we're just happy to have a little hope after a couple of years, and that's you LSU people are used to that sort of thing. So, Joe Burrow had a great game Sunday.
He did.
So, you know,
Go Bengals.
Go Bengals. Still from Bayou Bengal just to, I guess, regular Bengal now in the up in Cincinnati. But Eagles will be on the road Friday night at Johnson County Westside. They'll take on the Rebels, a team that we have not played. New conference this year for Conway Christian. That's the trip this Friday. Next Friday, a week from this Friday, it's homecoming, and Yellville Summit will be in town. The Green Panthers from way up in North Arkansas will be here at Mission Field for homecoming week. Bo is our student council president. A lot of activities going on during homecoming week that he'll be in charge of. We go back to action here, and Kendall Gall gets a kill. St. Joe served. Conway Christian got under it and set it, and Kendall put it away from her middle spot right there. The Eagles needed that to kind of stop that St. Joe run. And it's 17-13 now. Lady Eagles with the serve. Here goes Rachel Moore. Let's see if she can get it in this time. No, just a bit too far. Rachel's had some real shots and saves on tonight. Had a little trouble with serve last week. Go get that dialed in. I'm certain of it. Right now, she's right back to work and gets it on the near side and just hits the pipe and falls out of bounds. So now this is as close as this one has been. 2-point game now, 17-15. Getting down the home stretch. St. Joe has made up some ground here in the past several points. Good dig from Haley Short that time for Conway Christian. They get it to Sophie. Her return goes long. And we got a 1-point game here in set number 2. Volleyball has a different dynamic than so many other sports because of the sets that they play. Right now, St. Joe is knocking on the door, and then they get a 1-4 serve right there. You know, Conway Christian's up 1 set to nothing in this set, you know, the way they do. You got to win 3 sets. Doesn't matter what the scores are. You just got to win the sets. Sophie to serve with a great one. Right in the middle of the floor, but diving away from the St. Joe player, and she gets an ace. Get her a queen, and she'll have blackjack. 19-16 now, back to 3. And more importantly, 6 points away from that 2-0 lead here. Sophie's second serve. This time St. Joe returns it on 1 shot. Conway Christian's going to have a chance to set up something here. Dather gets it over, and they get the point. A little sneaky from Emily Dather right there. Instead of setting it back to her left, she hit it over her head and right where St. Joe wasn't. Nice play from him right there. 20-16. Sophie now another serve. Taken by the libero on the back line for St. Joe. They work it around and hit it outside and too far. Another incredible call from Chloe Sample. Chloe, obviously, the better sister between her and Madison. I think that's a pretty known fact. 21-16 now. Another serve. St. Joe returned it. Sophie gets under it. Now to Emily Dather in the middle. Near side this time to Rachel Moore. Cross court. St. Joe gets it. Tips it at the net. Sophie Fulgham's under it. Now to Kendall Gall. And in. Good. Kendall with another nice kill. And Conway Christian on a run of their own, and it's 22-16 now. Fulgham adjust her ankle brace a little bit here with help from Anna Hartley over there. Sophie back to serve. Into the middle. St. Joe gets it. Boy, they scrambled, but they got it over. That's going to come near side. Emily Dather with a chance. St. Joe gets a hand on it to the back line. Now they got it set. Coming back to the middle. Haley Short to Emily Dather. Set it up for Eden Brister. St. Joe blocks it back in, but Conway Christian got a touch on the net. Not sure which one it was, but the net got touched and got to moving, so that stops play. And it's now 22-7. Joe trailing by 5 with service here. She'll come across and on the line and in good. I thought it was going to be out myself, but it hit the line here on the near side. And a great serve from the Lady Bulldogs. That was about as close as it could be, but hit completely in, and so it's a 4-point game now. St. Joe with service. Her second serve. Moore gets it. Miller now to Emily Dather. Now to Eden with the set, and she kills it. She comes hard to the middle. St. Joe got under it, but it flew about 5 rows deep when she hit it. Hannah McKinney, by the way, calling lines on the other side. Appreciate her as well. And Chloe doing a good job helping us out here tonight. 23-18, 2 points away from where the Eagles want to be, leading 1-0. Chain on serve. Thought it was going to be an ace, and it still might be. It is. It got hit, but it had a weird spin on it, and they could not get it over. All right. Game point, 24-18. This one's been tighter, but the Eagles can put it away here. And Conway does it with an ace. 25-18. Conway Christian rolling right now. They're up 2-0 on St. Joe. Could be the decisive set 3 coming up. We'll find out after this. You're listening to Lady Eagle Volleyball. We have tens and tens of listeners, and we're excited to have all of you along with us tonight. It's been fun. Every time we've done volleyball this year, the Lady Eagles have showed out. They have yet to lose a set when Bo and I are in the house. Although, to be fair, they haven't lost many sets at all this year. So, but they're doing a great job here tonight against their crosstown rival. We're excited. We're excited to get going here with this third game. May be decisive. If Conway Christian can get a win, we'll get to go home early tonight because it'll be a 3-0 start. 5 seniors, Madeline Tangway, start game number 3. Hannah McKinney, Chloe Sample do lines again for us. St. Joe gets first service, and here they go. In the middle to Sophie. Emily runs back and gets it. Eden gets a chance. Blocked at the net. And down. St. Joe. Well, if that's an omen, that's how all 3 games have started, with a 1-0 St. Joe lead. So we're nothing if not consistent here tonight. Lady Bulldogs with service. They'll come back across to Sophie in the middle. Now to Tangway on the back line. She'll get it ahead to Eden, who gets it over. Partially blocked. St. Joe gets under it. Now they'll set up a play at the net. Jennifer rejects their offer. They do get back under it, get another return. Now this time Jennifer will be on the offensive side, and she puts it away. So Jen will be the MVP of that point. She blocked St. Joe's spike attempt and then hammered one of her own. And it's a 1-1 game. And we stay with our routine 4-3 now as the teams settle into kind of a back and forth. It's what we've had first 2 games. Usually about the midpoint, the Eagles have turned it on and pulled away. We'll see what they do here. Great shot from Sophie Folger. They set it for her on the left side. Instead of hitting it hard, she gave it a little soft touch, and it came right over the block and landed just inside the line on the near side for a 5-3 score. Tangway and Jen head out as Shord checks in, as well as Lily Brister. Shord goes immediately to the service line. She runs up, puts a hand into it, and gets an ace out of it. So not a bad start from Haley Short. She hit it deep. The libero got a hand on it, but the dig went out of bounds. And it's 6-3. Lady Eagles doubling up the Lady Bulldogs right now. Short runs up, gets a hand into it, midline. St. Joe gets it. They're going to set it up. Now they got a chance to return it. Can't do it. Tried just to bop it back across, just clipped the top of the net and didn't have enough momentum to get over. And it's a 7-3 game now with a 4-point lead. Again, I want to say congratulations to the lady golf team from Conway Christian, state champions last week. Be sure and give them props for that. Lady Eagles would love to do the same in volleyball. They got their eyes on that state tournament coming up at Cutter Morning Star in just a couple of weeks. And right now they're leading St. Joe 8-3, 5-point advantage. Short again at service. Runs up. This one's just short and hits the net and bounces back. And so we'll stop at 8-4 and flip the script, and St. Joe will go back to serve. Conway Christian up 2-0 here. Oh, Moore got a hand on it, but it came off a little strong, and cross court was kicking underneath it. So St. Joe gets the point, now at 8-5. Lady Bulldogs bring service again. That's a great serve. That's a great serve to deep in the mid-line. Taking a nosedive. Short got hands on it, but it just hit the hardwood. And now it's 8-6. St. Joe on a run here. Lady Bulldogs serve again. This time, same result. Same result for Haley. Came right screaming across, just barely clearing the net, and then hitting low. St. Joe within one. Another serve. This time Short gets to it to Dather. Out of the midline to Rachel Moore, and she can't get it over. And the Lady Bulldogs on a big run here. They tied it at 8. 5 points in a row now, I believe, for St. Joe. And we're all square at 8 here in the third set. This one comes to Moore. Right to the net. One of those weird balls. I don't know if it was going to go over or not. It did not go over. Dather was up to block because St. Joe was going to try to kill it, and it fell right at her feet. And St. Joe with their first lead since 1-0. And they're still going. And they're still going. There's another point. 8-10 now. And Coach Brister wants a timeout. And so it is 10 serving 8. 10 serving 8. St. Joe up by 2 here in set number 3. Conway Christian is leading 2-0. I would show Bo, I printed this awesome volleyball score sheet. You can see that I'm putting good use to it. Haven't made a single mark on it. Forgot I had it in my folder. Another high-quality broadcasting effort here. And shout out to Chloe Sample waving at us down here in line. So we're talking about you, Chloe. Yeah. Say hi to the camera, Chloe. There you go. Again, far and away the best of the Sample sisters. I think you would agree. Bless his heart. Bo has to work with Madison on student council. I can't imagine what kind of thing that is. There is the dodgeball. So it's kindergarten PE one day last week. I put the old fake hip into a kick of that one, and that's where it landed, right up there. So Mr. Jason Carson will take that out of my check, I'm sure. I'll have to pay for that ball. If it ever comes down, we'll get it back to him. It was purple. I think that was maybe why I put it up there. All right, back out of the timeout. St. Joe serving with a 2-point lead. This time, Haley gets under it to Emily Dathan, now to Brister, and it hits the net. And St. Joe continues the run now. 7 unanswered for the serve. Brister gets a hold of this one. Now Dathan at the net. Full jump. Cross court. St. Joe gets under it. They've got some confidence now, and they're moving like it. Cross court, and it's in. It's another point. 12-8 now. St. Joe with 8 points unanswered, and their biggest lead of the night in any set at 4 points here. So we'll see how the Lady Eagles respond now with their first real adversity of the night. And that serve was close, but it was out. And a good call from Hannah McKinney over there on the far side. And finally, the bleeding stops after 8 points, and it's 12-9 now. Here goes Rachel Moore at the service line. Let's see if Lady Eagles can get it going again here. Now trailing by 3. St. Joe with a good return. Rachel digs it out on the kill. Now to full jump. Cross court. St. Joe gets it. They're going to have a set right at the net again. Here comes the block. And she put it right back to her. Emily Dather with a nice block. St. Joe, though, good recovery. Now the Eagles will have a chance. Dather tries it to the back line of the barrel. Now St. Joe gets it back across again. Good point going here from both teams. Oh, St. Joe saves it again, but they can't get to that one. I got caught up in that, going back and forth. Kind of forgot I was supposed to tell you guys what was happening. Great point. Good hustle from both teams. Both sides of the ladies do a good job there. Ends up on the Eagles side. It's 12-10 now. And Rachel Moore gets an ace on the next serve there to cut it back to an all-one game. In the third set, Conway Christian is up 2-0. They're trailing by 1 point here in that third set. Their serve, handled by St. Joe. They're going to set it. It's going to be deep. So we get it back across to Brister. Now to Emily Dather. Set it up for Sophie Fulgham. It's tipped at the net. Doesn't matter. It's down good. And after an 8-0 run, Conway Christian goes on a 4-0 run now. And it's 12-12. Back to all square, and Rachel Moore still at the service line here with more work to do. This one comes across right in the middle and gets another ace. I told you last time she came around to serve that she was going to get that corrected, and boy, she has. She's doing some great serves right here. Got that spin on them, and it's been tough to handle. Conway Christian now reclaims a 1 point lead. Moore, another serve. This one's another good one. St. Joe does get under it. They're going to have a chance to return it. Cross court, but it's too deep. No, got it. And we're square at 13 apiece now. Great competitive third set here. We're tied at 13. St. Joe brings it back in play to Rachel Moore. Now to Emily Dather, who runs out of bounds but gets to it. Now can't get it over there. Just a little disjointed there. And St. Joe gets a point back, and it's 14-13. We wondered what the Eagles would play, how they would play. Just a different week again for Conway Christian, being on fall break this week, not being in school today. They have done very well so far, and they do well right there. Rachel Moore puts a winner down the line on the near side. Great job from Rachel that time. And we're right back to 14 apiece. Square. Sophie Fulgham to the service line. Brings it across, short, return. Oh! That was just an odd play. It barely cleared the net. St. Joe dig it out. She intended to hit it over, but it came right back over. And it surprised the Eagles that it came back so fast. 14-15. We stay a one back and forth. This time Bristol's going to get a chance. St. Joe gets to it. They can't return it. They dug out, but it went high and out of bounds. And we continue our trend of very competitive play here in the third set. Because we are knotted again at 15, about the fifth tie we've had in the past few minutes. So the teams are trading points here. All right, now it's first 1-10. We'll win this one here in the third set if they can get ahead by 2. Conway serve is returned out of bounds by St. Joe, and Conway Christian gets the first point. There's 1 of 10 that you needed. 16-15 now. Conway back to work on the service line. Madeline steps up. St. Joe gets to this one. They will get a chance to set this one up and do something with it. The Eagles, though, save it with a great job from Rachel Moore and Emily Dather, and then Conway put it back across from them, and St. Joe makes an error. Great hustle play by Moore, Dather, and then Conway just to get that one returned, and when they did, St. Joe hit it into the net. 17-15 now. Madeline gets another ace, and it's 18-15. And the momentum now flipping back on the Conway Christian side. Let's see how St. Joe handles it nicely. They'll do the same thing, and they'll call a timeout. As now they have 1 timeout remaining. 18-15. A well-played, very competitive and exciting third set. St. Joe went on an 8-0 run just a few minutes ago and led by quite a bit. Conway Christian then a 4-0 run, came back, got it tied, and pretty much since that point, it has been back and forth. Both teams trading points, keeping it very, very close. Conway Christian, though, has pushed the lead back out to 3 points here at 18-15. We are in the third set. Conway Christian leads 2-0 here in this crosstown rivalry game. These two in the same conference. Be playing in district tournament. Probably wouldn't shock me a bit if they see each other in the district tournament. Conway Christian, St. Joe, Cutter Morningstar appear at least to be the best 3 teams in the district. Only team 1 was a little different too. That's what we seem to see from the first round of play. Eagles up by 3. Conway with a serve. St. Joe gets a handle on it. They get it back across. Moore will save it. Now Dather, Brister. St. Joe gets a good job to get a hand on it. They'll come back to the Eagles, and Conway Christian will get a chance. Jennifer puts it away. She hammered that home with ease on the near side, and it's 19-15. Do the Lady Eagles smell blood in the water here to try to close this one out? Conway serve to the deep line to St. Joe. They get underneath it. They'll get a return from the middle. Good return from Rachel Moore. She gets a dig, and then Emily puts it away. She went to set it. It drifted just enough to go over the net, and St. Joe was ready for the block. They thought the hammer was coming. Instead, they got the feather. It's now 20-15. Conway, another serve. St. Joe gets to this one. Man, they can't return it. It's just, you almost see the wind kind of sneak out of the sails when St. Joe had that lead, and then it shrunk. They were down 2-0. They just can't really seem to get it going here. 21-15. Conway serves again. This time St. Joe Libero will return it. Rachel Moore gets a dig to Emily Dather. Here comes Eden Brister, and she hammers it. St. Joe was there for the block, but she blocked it right back into the net and then off herself. And it's 22-15, and we got 3 points to go here, and the Lady Eagles come to their feet on the far side. They smell a victory. St. Joe, though, got something to say about it, and they get a good return right there. They're going to go out without a fight. They got a good return down right in the middle. It's 22-16 now. It is a 6-point lead. Conway Christian 3 points away from a win, 2 points from match point. Joe serve, Conway under it, now to Dather, now to Eden. Eden just short, hit the net and bounce back to it. And so it'll stay with St. Joe, 22-17 now. There's a 5-point lead for the home team. St. Joe, though, still with service. She'll step to the line, bring it across. Brister, tough return. Now they're going to have to get it over. Deep dive, and now they do get it to Emily Baker, and she does get it over the net. St. Joe now sets it up into the middle and too far. Bulldogs had the advantage. Conway Christian just had to chase it and hit it back over. But then they couldn't handle after that, and it's 23-17. And a lot of the football boys over there getting loud for the volleyball girls. Emily's serve, their trail is just out of bounds on the far side. It's at 23-18. Actually a pretty good crowd here tonight, considering the Eagles are not in school this week for fall break. St. Joe can't get the service across. It's low, bottom of the net, and it's 24-18. Game point, match point here with Eden Brister at the service line. Looking for the sweep are the Lady Eagles. Brister serve, too far. Just a touch too far as it hits just beyond the end line. Prolonged for another moment. 24-19. Still game point, match point. 24-19. St. Joe serve. The Conway. Out of Dather in the middle. Jim's going to have a chance. It's blocked. Jim gets it back though. Sets it up. Out of Dather. Cross court. Fulgham will have a chance. St. Joe hits it, but it's deep. They're going to have to scramble far away. They do a great job to get it back over. Conway. Out of Dather. To Jim in the middle. St. Joe underneath it though. They're giving a lot of effort here, and then they hit it too far. And do it. And the Lady Eagles get a sweep of the crosstown rival, St. Joseph Lady Bulldogs, winning the final game 25-19. You can bust out the brooms. Conway Christian gets a sweep and a quick night, and we all get a chance to go home kind of early. Bo, appreciate you being here again tonight. We are not for sure the next time we'll be with all of you on the YouTube channel, but we do know we'll be with you again for some volleyball down the stretch with the ladies getting ready for district and state tournament at Cutter Morning Star. We're going to try to bring you maybe some football as well at some point in the future. So we are glad to have you join us tonight. And we'll be sure to follow all the social media accounts from Conway Christian. And we'll be sure to let you know the next time we'll be with you. Conway Lady Eagles with a sweep over St. Joe tonight. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it. Bill Cunningham, Mr. Billy Crow saying thank you and have a great night, everybody.